All right, guys. Today we are going to be reacting to Andrew tell these OF girls why they don't deserve chivalry. Let's jump in.
I would just say, just because this is what I learned in school, biologically speaking, like even like if you go back way back in the day, like the 1500s or whatever, it's usually like the guy seeking the woman, like even
in the
like
1500s.
well, like yeah, or like and like other species like
Pretty sure
birds.
they had like arranged marriages back
No,
then.
like I'm saying,
No, I mean,
Is she right?
you are
Okay.
correct.
like
But
the
the
birds
reason-
like birds are always like doing a dance to like prove to like the woman that they're worthy of being their spouse. Like so a lot of species, it's the male trying to court the female.
Well, no, I mean, in the animal kingdom, for instance, there's one male lion and he humps all the chicks in the pride. I mean, that's just the way it
I'm
works.
not saying all, but there's some.
So I mean, that's not very comparable
Yeah.
to say like behavior in animals. I can give you behavior in tons of animals where the women are basically just disposable to the men, like nonstop. They're just disposable. But when it comes to humans, you're talking about the 1500. You make a valid point. Women or men did used to be the pursuers of women more than anything until women demanded equality. And so what's happened is chivalry has continued for actually no good reason. And now men have realized, well, wait a second, why the fuck are we doing chivalry if there's equality? So if you do chivalry, there's supposed to be additional authority, right? So we're protecting women, we're doing this for women. Women are put in a status. They have a certain status in society. They have less authority, but they have a higher status. But now they want equal status. So it's like, well, if you have equal status, what the fuck are we doing chivalry for? That's stupid, right? That doesn't make any sense. Why buy the flowers and the candy and do the pursuing and this and that if there's no additional status? Like, what's the point?
So you're I'm not bad. I'm not.
Chivalry.
I can't say it either. Okay.
Chivalry.
Yeah, what he
Chivalry.
said. So you do that just so you can
Chivalry.
have control over someone. That's what you're saying.
No,
If
no.
there
They
was- if you didn't
always
have
say
control-
that. They always
guys-
go down to that. Control. You know why? I think it's because they are the one that like to control the situation. And you know very well when females are in control of the situation, it's most of the time. Most of the time, it's a guarantee. Disastrous situation, because they hate to be in little positions. That's why when they start making more money than their husband, they despise their husband, and they start blaming their husband why their husband's not making the same as or more than her. That's why, guys.
But like
That's the
women are the one.
opposite of the correct way to look at it. I'll explain it to
You-
you. So if women have a status, a certain status in society, okay, you say, well, it's control. I'm like, well, not really, because ultimately they didn't have to fight the wars. They didn't have to do any of that shit, right? They didn't have to do any of it. So they actually had a higher social status than men did. They were the first ones who get on the lifeboats, the women and the children. The men stay on and go down with the ship. They were the ones, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, I can give you example after example after example, which puts women at a protected status. So they actually have a higher status than men historically. I would consider that a higher status. Like, if you have to die before I have to die, I think that means that
They
I
have a high
higher social status. If you have to die in my stead, your status is higher than mine.
What?
But if you remove that and say now our status is equal across the board,
That's
then
gone.
what the hell am I
Chivalry's
dying
gone.
for? I don't get it.
So you're telling
I
me
think
that you're
Andrew's
not
getting to the same position that I'm getting. If we're equal, right? You guys aren't a virgin, right? I think there's something very interesting is that men stop being inspired by women. Remember all these operas, all these work, all these composition, all these arts, inspiration, right? Even if you listen to the music on the 80s, even the 90s, right? I saw a lot of simping. But the thing is that back in the day, in simping days, men will get inspired by women. That inspiration, what I noticed, is gone. That inspiration is used for what? For building societies, protecting women, taking care of family. All these things that just is used to really the concept of women and children first. It comes from that. If that is gone, guys, that means that status is no longer applicable. What could happen? A lot of things could happen. A war can just break out, and men were not they were not going to be willing to protect their nation. And that's a scary one. If the men have no reason to protect their nation because the women in itself don't even respect those men, that means that a nation can collapse in days, guys. Nations can collapse in days. Even when you see the war in Ukraine, you see a lot of these areas in Kiev and where things are not that bad. If I was a soldier, I would just be disappointed. I'll be disappointed. Why I will be disappointed? Guys, because at least I'm not being it's like the guys being disposable. Nobody's thinking about them. They're not. It comes out as a very bad feeling for men. My bad. I'm just starting
the
a little
military
bit.
because of women can be in the military now.
No, that's stupid.
Well, no, women can't go into combat in the military.
Well, they can be in fields of the military, whether it's
Yeah.
So you're
they're
telling
really
me
good.
they
They're very
can't
good at
die
signing
because they're not in
paychecks.
combat?
I agree, they're good at signing paychecks, but they're not in the military doing all the bang bang combat, blow people up stuff. That's not
But
what they're
neither
doing
are
in the military.
you. So why is it fair
Yes,
for
men
you to
are
ask?
indeed doing that.
Men, not you particularly. So why?
There
is
we
it
go,
fair for
let's
you
go.
to ask?
Me. We're not talking about me, and we're not talking about you. We're talking about men, and we're talking about women.
Isn't there a hierarchy to chivalry for everyone?
She's getting a little trigger here, huh?
About women.
Isn't there?
She's not used to that kind of energy. She's not used to that, guys. That's why she shut down. She's not used to a guy like Andrew telling her what time it is. That's why she shut down. She cannot believe it, guys.
Okay, isn't there a hierarchy to chivalry for everyone though? Like, men protect women, women protect elderly and children. You know what I mean? So like, if something happens and all the men got obliterated in here,
What do men get? What do men get?
What are we talking Basically, because
why should they get something?
women are the ones who
Hang
have
on, let her answer. Let her answer.
women are the ones who.
What do men now get? I can tell you what they got. What they got was chaste, virtuous, virgin women. That's what they got. So hang on. What they got was chaste, virtuous, virgin women. Okay, that's what they got. And the status of those women was to be high and protected. And if any man were to come across and do things untoward towards women, you would challenge them to duels and fight to the death in the street and literally kill other men over the fact that they besmirched a woman's honor. Right? That's a really high tier of social status.
So
what do men get now? What do we get?
I want them to fight.
why do they have to get something though? Is chivalry only necessary if there's a transactional thing, or can you just be chivalrous
otherwise
because
it just creates
respectful
gives
to the
you a
general
higher
society?
So I'll answer your question. Yes, it is. In this case, it would be transactional because you're just asking for a higher sense of social status that you don't actually deserve. You're not giving anything for it. Like, what are you giving to actually have the door open for you? What are you giving for men to go down with the ships and you to get the lifeboat? Like, what is it that you're giving now? You're not giving anything. So you're just demanding a higher form of social status, and men are like, no, that's not equality. That's the opposite of equality.
Do you want me to actually answer?
Yeah.
Well, let's say in this hypothetical boat situation where we're all going down with the ship and we have to decide, because I'm not planning on having children, I would probably just stay back and let other people go. Like, I think it just depends on person to person, if that makes sense. Like, I am totally fine with being
she's personalizing the argument. I would not. We get it, lady. You're perfect. You're an angel. You don't no wrong. And you will in the right. I know. If you happen to be in the Titanic, we know that you're gonna do the right decision everywhere we see it. We get it because you're perfect, right? But we're not talking about you, lady. We're talking about the argument between men and women.
Disposable, not having legacy, so I wouldn't need to go above other people that care to do those things.
So why should you get chivalry?
Well, because you should be respectful. Like, I would be chivalrous to an elderly or a child.
Why couldn't I treat just like other women treat you, which is not in a chivalrous way? Isn't that equality?
Speaking from a biological perspective,
hang on,
women are the ones.
Let her answer. The sisterhood.
No, because I'm bouncing off of.
Yeah, see, the sisterhood.
Can you let her answer my question?
The sisterhood. Yeah, Andrew, let's go. I'm gonna just put a shirt I'm gonna put a shirt. Check that sisterhood kind of shirt. That's what I'm gonna get. Bro, calm the sisterhood down.
No, but can you let her answer my question before you chime in? So back to this. Why do you deserve chivalry? Why?
Well, this is probably going to get a whole can of worms, but I do think that there's a physical aspect of a man's physically stronger than me. I'm probably physically stronger than most elderly people and children, so that's my general hierarchy, but everyone
Why
obviously...
does that mean that you deserve chivalry? I don't get it.
Well, because, okay, in a duel, for example, why would
That's
I...
why, guy, I'm sorry, I have to stop
why-
this. This is why you don't let the sisterhood jump in. You see how she's having a lot of trouble trying to answer the question? Because probably the lady that was just going to come in, she was going to deviate the conversation. You stopping that just make her answer the question. This is how you destroy this idea, guys. You might need some social calibration, some social knowledge. This is why. You see how she's struggling? This is why.
Why should anybody fight your duel for you?
Because there should be a general code of chivalry in society. If there was
Why? That's just begging the question. It should be because it should be because it should be. It's like, why though? Like,
Because
why,
we're
for
all
instance,
humans on this earth
if you have a
trying to,
higher social status where you're not
Look at
allowed
that.
to punch women because they have this social status in society, that's chivalrous, right? If they hit you, you can't hit them back. Well, that's gone with equality. When you demand egalitarianism and equality, if men hit men and the social expectation is that they get hit back, that's going to be the same exact thing for women now. That's real equality. That's what you're demanding, is that the social status go to that. So why is it if you hit a man, you don't deserve to get hit back? Tell me why. Give me a real reason why.
Well, because the man would probably be significantly stronger than me. The level of damage done is different.
No.
So you're saying that if weaker men attack stronger men, which is always the case, there's always one weaker than the other.
A stronger
he's
man.
not justified. The stronger man's not justified in punching him back. That doesn't sound ridiculous to you?
No, they can punch each other back, but someone
That's
else
right.
should defend that man.
That's
that
right.
can't defend
There you
himself,
go.
Because that's chivalrous.
Nice job,
He
Andrew.
attacked. So if you attack a man, right, you can't say, oh, but I'm weaker. You're equal. Do you know what equality means? Equality means even if you're weaker and you attack someone stronger, who cares? You get the same consequence because it's equal.
I guess that's true. I'm more about pro-equity than equality. So you're right, I misspoke. We should all
but
just
when
be
you're
allowed to
talking
punch
even
whoever.
equity, when you're talking about
Let's
the
just all
box,
punch each other
like,
for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, look at that. She's entering now the conversation, trying to save her. Let's see, Brian, Andrew can catch that.
You get a
equity is the same
punch.
thing.
What do you
Equity is
mean?
bringing up the same problem.
No, because you're
I'm so confused.
okay. Let's backtrack. Then I'm dumb and define equity versus equality for me because I don't see how they're the same thing.
Well, don't you guys always use the box argument?
The what
Right?
argument?
It's not that a shorter person, equality is that the shorter person is as tall as the taller person. Equity would be if you're both looking over the fence, the shorter person can't see, you put a box down so that the shorter person can stand in the box, and now both of you can see over the fence.
Okay, we'll go with that example.
Do you agree that that's a good explanation or descriptor for equity?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not equality then, right? Why shouldn't I get the same size box?
Yeah, that's why I said you're right, and I believe in equity over equality.
So what you're doing is demanding that there be a social class based on the fact that you're not as good as other people, or you don't think you are.
Yeah, that's true. I think that we should protect other people and help each
Marxist.
other.
Yeah.
You know, you should always help
Caught a
how
communist.
you would
So
want to be
what men
treated.
say is, well, screw that. That's a violation of the social contract. You demanded equality. You said that you wanted political equality. You said that you wanted equality in the military.
By being
You
mediocre.
said that you want equality in all social categories, but now you demand this thing called equity, which is saying, well, actually, even if we are equal, we're still at disadvantage from you, and so we still need further things given to us, which now it's not equal then. Now it's you're a perpetual victim class. So it's like you got to make up your mind.
But were people really asking for equality, the equal amount of everything, or were people asking for the opportunity to pursue rights that they didn't have?
Okay, so, rights equal to who?
Yo, this girl, bro. This girl, Brian. Where's Brian, man? Girl, this lady right here, she just want the attention of the show. You have to check that stuff out, man.
Legal rights equal for everyone of like
Right.
age, race,
So that
sex.
would be equal, right? So when you ask for
But that's
political
equal-
rights, you're
that's
asking
equal
for the same
opportunity.
political rights I have, right?
The opportunity to engage in those political rights if I
Yeah.
want to, but if I don't want to, I also
Sure.
have that choice not to.
And that's exactly what I can do, right?
Yeah.
So that's equality. So you're equal. So when you demand equity, you're actually demanding that there be a social class, there be a social class system, and that you be part of a social class which is now a protected social class. Men say, well, wait a second, that's not equality. That's not what you were demanding. So why is it that we should give you the equity when we don't get any additional authority? Why? That's not fair.
I guess you don't have to, but chivalry being transactional is kind of a dick move. So I guess you just should be.
Great argument. I think it's kind of a bitch move to request that people give you social status when you don't deserve it. Like, what do you do to deserve this social status exactly, other than you just want it?
I don't know if most people are demanding a social status, though. I think they're demanding equality to
What is
pursue.
chivalry? Chivalry is the expectation that you have certain social statuses based on the fact that you're a female.
Damn, man. Very good argument. Very good argument. But Brian's not there to just check this bimbo, man. Damn bimbo. She's just not getting the attention. She's trying to save her because she's going down the river. But she's trying to save her by just trying to get Andrew's attention. Look at them. That's why you need to check the sisterhood. You see, now she's just going down deep and drowning. That's what you need, guys, because that's how you kill these ideas. If people are just jumping in and you're not tackling the idea, we're just going back to zero. We can't do that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. We'll see you in the next one.